I'll pull up some running back film to teach them how to block like a running back in those instances, you know. So they really do have a full scope of the offense that they have to learn, and that's what makes this position really fun though too.
You've been petitioning for carries out of the backfield. I was hoping for Josh Faldo to get one last year at some point.
And I'm always petitioning for the tight end carries and throwbacks and reverses, and every guy in my room says they can throw the reverse pass, of course. So, but ultimately, man, I'm just excited for the guys to get out there and get the ball.
Last year, the offense, was so successful. What can it do to be better this season? I mean, Austin Jones said you guys have the best wide receiver group in the country, and a couple of guys have agreed with that. You have the Heisman Trophy winner coming back. What can this group do better than it did last year to be an even more dynamic offense?
Yeah, I think it just comes down to just overall execution, elite execution and efficiency, and just that mentality of just attacking every single play. There's games where we are really, really good on offense, but you go back and watch the film and there's 100 things we could have changed and made better. It's always that way. Even when you think it's a perfect game, you go back and watch it and you're like, man, we could have gotten better here. I think our key right now is just going out and attacking the process every single day. We've got a bunch of new guys that we have to bring in too. We have some new offensive linemen. We have some new receivers, some new tight ends, some new running backs that we have to kind of build that culture around again and help them understand, like, this is how we play ball here, and then ultimately find out who this team's going to be. Last year was last year at this point. Even if you have 21 of the 22 guys back or whatever, like, this is still a new team. And so I think defining who our identity is going to be this year, and we'll find out a lot of that during camp and leading into the first game.
So far, how do you feel like the culture building is going? Personally, I think that was the most impressive thing you guys did last year, is to be able to turn the roster over with so many people and so many people being bought in. How do you think that's gone with all the new faces? And again, bringing a good amount of new faces again this year.
I think it's been great, honestly, and just being around other programs and other places I've worked and all that, and seeing how our guys interact with each other here, the level at which they're working every single day together. And you're right, last year it was a special blend of people that were here before we got here and the new guys we brought in, and bringing all those guys together. And it's going to be that every single year, right? You're going to recruit new guys and bring them in. But I think the culture was set at a much higher level this year than it was when we first got here, where we had to really, truly build that in. And our guys have been phenomenal. I mean, good teams are run by coaches, great teams are run by players. And our teams have taken that and run with it, and our players have done a phenomenal job.
What do you think is the key to building that culture as you're going? And you talked about some of the outings that you do away from the field, and the players have talked about that. But, as a coaching staff, and you look at it like, all right, we're bringing in whatever it may be, 35 new guys. How do we get those guys? What events or what type of activities do we want to do to make sure that that they're on the same page, that they're buying into the culture that you guys did establish last year?
I think it's a consistency level across the board with everybody in the program. Us coaches, being consistent with the language you use to them, how we're saying things, how we're coaching things, how we're teaching things. I think our players that are here know that we're truly out for the best interest of this program, and we're all trying to achieve a common goal. We're all trying to come together and go win a championship. So the events with the players is a big one for sure. We just went to a tight end dinner last night with the guys, kind of kick off camps. And we have a lot of other team building things, which sounds like all the guys have talked about. So obviously those have made an impact on the team. But I think that consistent coaching and respect for each other and our players is something that helps lead those guys to understand they can trust us, and they know that, and we know as long as they trust us to a certain level, we can push them that far. So you can only push them as far as they trust you, and as long as they trust you like crazy, man, you can push, and they're going to just respond to it, and that makes for a special recipe.
How much does continuity help with consistent message?